Welcome everybody to another episode of the Three Count. Here with Benny and Jaquan, your SummerSlam preview. Last night we had the NXT Takeover 30 preview. Now it's a SummerSlam preview. You probably hear going around. We'll probably mention us talking about Takeover as we're watching as well too. Let's start off with the match that's going to be interesting. It took forever for them to get this going because they put a stop to the storyline. The Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, no DQ. Loser leaves WWE match. Benny, what's your thoughts on this match?
Nobody's leaving. It's hair versus hair.
No, they changed it up. They changed it up.
Sonya dropped a promo. I think it was Friday.
Yeah,
that said like whoever loses has to leave the company.
All right. Well, all that means is that she's going to be taking the L because she has, legal stuff that she probably has to deal with now because people want to do home invasions and shit. But I honestly was on the Mandy Rose winning this one anyway. Honestly, because of the fact that when it was originally hair versus hair, you're not going to have Mandy Rose, the pretty blonde, get her haircut. So I was figuring on top of the fact that, Sonya Deville, kind of sort of with the short hair looks like, kind of, I'm not even going to say a maniac, but she looks a badass. I was leaning that way anyway, but just because of that, I'm going to say, yeah, she probably needs to go for a little while. Loser leaves WWE is like, whatever. How many times have we seen this and done this? It's not like it's going to stick. So, yeah, Mandy Rose.
Okay.
I mean, for obvious reasons, everything Benny stated, I'm going to go with Mandy Rose. My only thing is, it kind of sucks at the same time, too. Like, the timing is terrible because Sonya Deville was really starting to come into her own. And, she's on a really nice trajectory. And just to have it stalled because some idiot can't figure out that, this is a show. And you shouldn't be stalking people, period, just ruins this, almost, puts a linchpin in, her trajectory. And we know in WWE, once you lose that momentum, you don't know when you're going to get your next opportunity.
Right.
So it's like Sonya Deville might turn into Kofi Kingston. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
And then by the time she comes back, with the crowds coming back, with a lot of other superstars emerging, Sonya Deville might get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, which
I don't
see.
Yeah, and you really hate to see it because we are just starting to get to see Sonya Deville, and we haven't really even seen her wrestle in God knows how long. But I mean, also there's also the outside possibility that they're doing this so that she can get the haircut and then come back with a fresh new look. And then something's going to happen where she gets rehired because I can't see Sonya Deville leaving WWE. I personally just can't see it.
They ain't even got to go through the rehire route. She's going to be off TV for 3 weeks, and then you'll be like, oh, my God, Sonya Deville is back. What happened? Where was she all this time?
Or she'll be gone a month, and she'll get, or 2 months, however long it takes to get these legal things under control, and she'll come back as a member of Retribution.
Yeah, that'll work too.
Yeah, and I agree. This was announced. I know it was announced. She mentioned it on SmackDown, but it was also announced on what you call it, SmackDown, the talk show SmackDown.
Talking Smack.
There it goes. Thank you. And I agree. I think this is a way to let her be off the show so she can handle her legal issues that she's going on right now, and most likely move as well. Hopefully she can purchase at home. That way she could just up and move. If not, just look at maybe securing the house more and other things like that. It's crazy because us here, we fought so hard for her and for Mandy, mostly for Sonya though, to get a push because we knew she had something she has something in her, and she's finally shown it because she's given the time and opportunity. And for this idiot numbskull to do what he did and ruin her chance now, and we're all your guys are saying too as well. And at this point right now, Charlotte's out, Becky's out. We don't know when Sonya's coming back.
Yeah, this was her time.
Right. Ember is out. We don't know when Ember's coming back. When those three come back, those are three legit wrestlers that'll take shine off of her. Like this was her moment, and it's so I feel so bad for her because we don't know if she'll get it again because Vince can just be like, no, I'm done with you. But yeah, I think an agreement. Manny's gonna win this one, so Sonya can go off the air and just take care of the legal issues in private. And now going on to the tag team match. Street Profits versus Andrade and Angel Garza. Jay, what do you think?
They want the smoke. They gonna get the smoke.
Ooh.
And we gonna come back with them Raw tag team titles. Because it just doesn't make sense to put it on Andrade and Garza. Because I mean Andrade was on a nice little trajectory and then it got stalled. So I mean like it doesn't make sense in a lot of ways to put the tag titles on a non-tag team. It just doesn't. Unless you plan on making this the whole hot potato situation. In that case, then yeah, sure, whatever. But also, this isn't a big enough. Well, it is, but it isn't because this doesn't feel like a big SummerSlam. Like it just doesn't. So maybe like Survivor Series. But it also wouldn't surprise me if Street Profits lost. But I do think Street Profits are definitely going to come away and retain.
Benny?
I used the conventional WWE wisdom when it came to the Bronson Reed thing last night. So I'm gonna say that if you were to use conventional wisdom with this, it would say that the Street Profits would lose because you found out that what's the name? Zelina Vega was behind Montez Ford's poisoning. Montez Ford went out there and beat Andrade the other day. Sorry about that. My network decided it wanted to shut off. So, of course, the last person standing tall is the one that isn't the one that wins. However, the fact that Payback is next week is throwing me off. I got a feeling something screwy is going to happen with this match, whether it be the Andrade and Garza picking up a cheap victory and then having to go back and defend the tag team titles next week in a rematch, or the Street Profits going to win on some BS rather than actually winning clean. And then they're going to have, Andrade and Garza are going to have a reason to be like, hey, listen, you guys cheated to win and all this other nonsense. I don't see this having a clean finish. I'm going to go with the Street Profits retaining. However, just because I heard, Street Profits, as weird as it sounds, are the longest reigning Raw Tag Team Champions ever right now.
It's not strange. They've been playing hot potato with those titles ever. Literally, there have been 3 legit tag teams, and they've all been on SmackDown. They've been on both shows, but they both had really good runs on SmackDown, and that's the only time that the tag titles have been prominent. Would be the SmackDown tag titles. The Raw tag titles have not had a legitimate tag team have them and keep them
why?
Because there's no story.
You know why it's throwing me off though? It's throwing me off because just like the Raw Women's Championship is the original WWE Women's title,
right?
The Raw tag titles are the original WWE tag titles. So in my mind, I keep going back to the New Day. And I'm like, they had to have had these belts for longer than that. That doesn't make any sense. They had the whole demolition thing. But
that's not the history that they're using. They're using ever since the brand split, there have been these teams. And I'm not sure if the Usos have won the Raw tag team titles.
I think once or twice.
I think they did, and I think they may have been going hot potato with the New Day at one point. But again,
and Revival too.
And the Revival. So I mean, again, Raw has not had a stable tag team. So
it's like it threw me off when I heard it the first time, but I'm just like, all right. The fact that they've put that out there and they've made that known kind of sort of also tells me that they're ready to pass these titles on to somebody else. Yeah, I mean that's WWE. So like I said, it's either going to be this week or it's going to be next week. I'm going to say Payback. rather than now. So I'm going with the Street Profits tonight. My pick will be different next Friday, though.
But also, I think that because Selena poisoned Montrez, somebody's gonna pull some funny business on Garza and Andrade or Selena or something like that.
There has to be some come up.
I 100% think it's gonna be a dusty finish.
Here's what I'm looking at it. I agree. Street Profits are gonna win, and Andrade and Angel Garza are gonna get the asses kicked really bad, and it's gonna cause the split from Zelina because of the fact that it's one thing to have the beef for the titles, it's another thing to lie and to poison Montez, which also leads to the next match, the street fight between Dominic Mysterio and Seth Rollins. We didn't notice, but the tweet's been laying out there when Dominic got smacked up by Seth Rollins. So the way I see it is Andrade and Angel Garza break away from Zelina, and in this match, in the Dominic and the Seth Rollins match, you see the beginnings of a faction with Garza, Andrade, Mysterio, and Dominic. In this faction, this faction allows Dominic to sit back, and you can hide him. And plus,
I'm not against it
because also you have Retribution, so they're like, you know what, we got to watch out for each other. And I wouldn't be opposed to Kalisto joining this one too.
I'm not against it. I'm looking at the situation. I don't know exactly when he's going to be disappearing. However, Rollins is going to have to go at some point because he needs to help Becky Lynch out.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that's giving me pause. Yeah.
Damn, Jay.
The one thing that's giving me pause is because they actually set up some type of a beef between Rollins and Drew McIntyre on Raw when, Drew basically tried to step up and be the quote unquote locker room leader. And then Seth was just like, no, that's my job. So all I'm thinking like right now is that between this week and Payback, this feud between the Mysterios and the Messiah, that's just going to be ending.
I got Dominic winning because it's a street fight and because everybody getting involved. They're just going to beat the snot because it's only Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy. That's it. So you have Andrade Garza coming in. That's 4-on-2. There's no way they're going to defend themselves.
Yeah.
Well,
so I have Dominic winning because of that.
Seth definitely did mention Austin Theory, and he has been mentioning Austin Theory a lot recently. So maybe something got handled with that. Maybe not. Don't know.
I mean, we do have to remember it's you'll never see it coming.
Yeah.
So
that's the thing about the street fight. It's that like anything goes. So you can throw a bunch of twists and turns in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You can. So what you can have is right now it's a 2-on-2. It's Dominic and his dad against Rollins and Buddy. Then you can have Austin Theory, like you said, Jay, come in like, oh snap, Austin Theory is back, and then you know what? And then you can have the camera in the back showing Angel Garza and Andrade like pissed off, like what the hell's going on here? Yo, La Raza! Bam! They go out and you just start tearing it up. That's what I'm looking at right now. So
I just hope they rip off their shirts and the LWO is back. That's literally the way I want this to end. I don't care how it happens. I want them to restart the LWO. I don't care. That's all I want. That's literally all I want out of this. This is why I don't want Dominic to wear a mask because I want him to be the Kevin Nash of the LWO.
But only problem I have with that, if they were going to do that, is they already started breaking up with your house party. And you couldn't have that.
Let them be a heel faction.
I was about to say, you sure you don't want them to be Mexico?
What?
You sure you don't want them to be Mexicools?
No, No, God, no. God,
Vince could get away with it.
Yo, that was,
No.
I swear, that was the most racist stable I've ever seen in my
Bro.
life, but they
Bro.
made it work.
I'm telling you, they're wearing the lawnmower. They come in the lawnmower. They
Came
drive
in with the
down
lawnmowers and everything.
in the jumpsuits. Like, oh, like what? I'm like, am I?
I couldn't believe what I was watching, but it was, they, like I said, they made it work, and it was hilarious.
It was. Jay, so who you got winning this with Dominic Seth? You gotta think too. It's a good way to get Seth off TV.
I was just about to say that. I got Dominic winning because it's kind of the Killian Cross situation. You give the new guy a solid win, and you put him in a match with a guy that can work really well. And it's a street fight, so you allow for Seth Rollins to have a quote unquote catastrophic injury and allow him to be, Seth Dad or Messiah Pops, whatever you want to call him. And then he can be gone for the foreseeable future until like mid 2021. And, he at that point, then you start to miss Seth Rollins, you start to miss Roman Reigns, and then Vince McMahon can have his happy dreams back because all his stable people will have been gone for 6+ months, and he can just all re-debut them, and it'll get all the fanfare that he wants.
Well, that and the fact that they can pretty much bring him back as anything they want at that point. And I was telling somebody in another group, because they were complaining about Rollins' music and everything. And I was just like, if Rollins' music pisses you off, then it's doing its job.
Yep.
Because the whole idea of him being a heel isn't for you to cheer him. It's for you to be annoyed by him. And the thing is, when he finally makes that face turn and you hear "Burn It Down" again,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to lose your mind. And everything, it's at that point, you're going to be like, this is all worth it.
Mm-hmm. Because, I think the new type of heel that WWE is starting to figure out, because, again, the badass heel gets cheered now. Because it's basically, it started with Undertaker and being Big Evil, and it's just gone on from that point. Where it's like, if you give a guy an attitude, people like him because it's more realistic. But if you make a guy annoying, that's how you win.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you create a heel. You have to make them the annoying heel. Like Finn Balor is supposed to be a heel. People still love Finn Balor because Finn Balor is just no nonsense, and that's what people like in wrestling now.
And it's that, but it's also, you don't forget, there's certain wrestlers, they have this charisma, no matter if they're heel or face. They just pull you.
Mm-hmm.
They just pull you. The Rock, Trips, Stone Cold, Macho Man. I mean, Ric Flair. It list can go on. It's not a long list, but there is a list.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's a good way to get Seth off. And then, like you said, Betty, when you hear that "Burn It Down" again, and you need that crowd though. You can't have it.
Yeah, and I think that's a part of the reason why you're gonna have that's a part of the reason why you have Dominic win now, or Dominic, excuse me, Dominic win now, is you you have it be a situation where he puts him over, and they have the virtual crowd, and that's great. But at that point in a street fight, you can have him fake injured, where you can hold him out as long as you want.
Mm-hmm.
And you can have him out. You can have all your heavy hitters out, because when the crowd comes back, that's who they're gonna clamor for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then by the time the crowd comes back, when that music hits, when Roman Reigns' music hits, when Charlotte Flair's music hits, when Becky Lynch's music hits,
oh yeah,
it's gonna blow the roof. It's gonna give you attitude at Revives. Like,
yeah,
it's gonna blow the roof all the way off the place.
Yeah, because you have the crowd wanting to go back in, and then you have already these people with the synergies already. So it's gonna be like 2-3 times already at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be there, and then not to
lose another prediction is proven true.
Who's that? Balor won.
Balor won,
but made Thatcher look good.
Yeah, Thatcher's looking like a maniac.
Yeah,
that's what I think they're trying to build.
Yeah.
Like Finn Balor, he worked the hell out of Finn Balor.
This was a technical match.
Yeah.
So
It's what
anybody
you want.
that's not into it is gonna get bored of it, but I'm definitely gonna watch this over again because I like technical matches.
Well, I think too, it's really good to see now there are other guys out there that can put on very technical matches, not named Johnny Gargano. Because all the technical matches for like the last 2-3 years have been all Johnny Gargano matches. Now you bring in a guy like Finn, you have a guy like Timothy Thatcher, and he beat him with the 1916. Like, come on, bro. I love it.
That's my move, yo.
He beat him, but again, that goes back to the whole: can your finisher be a DDT? Yes, it can be. Anyway, back to SummerSlam. Sorry. Of course, anytime we talk about the main roster, we have to bring it back to
United
NXT.
States Championship match.
Oh God, I wish I could be more into this.
So here's the thing.
I want to love both. I want to love this feud. I really do. My issue with it's too much of a slow burn here. Like they're burning the candle way too slow. Like if you're gonna, the fact that they canceled, okay, Sasha and Bailey are in the crowd. Noted. Sasha and Bailey are in the crowd.
Interesting.
Beautiful.
Very interesting. But what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. They're distracting.
Well, they do that. I mean,
they're very distracting. I'm sorry.
Slow burn.
Slow burn. There we go. If you're gonna they brought in Farouk and they brought in Mark Henry to initiate that Nation of Domination kind of group, and they pulled the plug on it twice. So if the point of this feud is not to set up a new form of the Nation of Domination, whether that be the Hurt Business or whether that be Apollo Crews having his own faction with Ricochet and Cedric, pull the damn trigger. Like, stop pulling it. And that's my thing. I'm waiting for the secondary faction to form, and it's taking way too long. And then you keep changing the plan, and that's what's making this suck. And it's like you guys keep screwing Apollo Crews like this. You keep giving him a good little push, and then you overthink it and you screw it up. And at this point, now you're not only burying Apollo Crews, but you're burying Bobby Lashley because you're making the main point of this faction MVP, who is 7 or 8 years out the game, and then you bring him back and he's in a prominent title picture. And he's not the guy that's putting somebody else over. And Bobby Lashley is again relegated to the muscle and as a secondary figure when literally he's the second coming of Brock Lesnar. Like, what are you doing? I'm sorry, but it's like, I get it. We wanted more black representation, but we also want good fucking storylines. Like, actually write something good and stop with the bullshit already. Like, just stop. I'm sorry. This shit is frustrating as hell. Like, I can't. You're gonna have to keep bleeping me out because I can't stand when they do this.
We're not monetized anyway. Nobody care about you, cousin.
That's also true. But yeah, like, fuck, man. Like, this shit is so annoying. It's like, stop doing this. It's the same bullshit that fucking happened at Talking Smack yesterday with Miz. Basically tried to insinuate that Kofi Kingston it's his own fault that he didn't get pushed for 11 years. And Big E said it in not so many words that, oh, well, you're white, so you're going to get opportunities and you're going to get written well. It took Kofi 11 years to get an actual decent storyline to allow him to move into the Universal title picture. Mm-hmm. And he asked Big E, when is it going to be your time? Well, when a writer decides to pick up his pen and use his fucking brain and actually write a storyline for Big E to be Universal Champion is when he'll fucking be Universal Champion. And I don't have my hopes up for that. Because for the life of me, it doesn't make sense that you can write a bunch of characters for a bunch of white guys with long hair, but you can't do anything decent outside of the regular racist stereotypes for black people. Like, where the fuck did you get your education from? I'm sorry. Like, you're retarded. Excuse my language. You're stupid. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't make sense to me.
Watch, I'm about to go over this event.
Huh?
I said, watch, I'm about to go over this event. Because I was looking, Damian Priest just came out. They're about to do a ladder match.
I know, I'm watching it. He came out first, so I'm like,
yeah, that threw me off.
It's like, oh, that's never good. And he's dressed like he's about to star in a BDSM movie with a Deathly Hallows chain around his neck. Like, I don't know what they're doing here.
Benny.
All right.
Dominic or Seth?
No,
I never picked that one.
The U.S. title match.
All right, I got Seth, but as far as the U.S. title match, I'm gonna say that this one is going to be really weird because what everything looks like is leaning towards is one of two things: Apollo winning, and then moving on to face Lashley, which I don't want because I want Lashley in the world title picture. The other thing that they've been setting up is an eventual Cedric Alexander heel turn because of the fact that he did like MVP has been in his ear about Ricochet, you know, how he's not the star of the team and all that other stuff. And then, you know, the other night when Apollo had to pick his team, he had to pick two people. He made sure not to pick Cedric. He picked Ali and he picked Ricochet instead and all this other stuff. So it's like they're trying to, it looks like they're trying to push this narrative that Cedric is going to turn, or he's going to turn and he's going to actually join the Hurt Business. So the match can go one of either way. I'm going to put it in the way that I think it's going to go, and I honestly think the MVP is going to win this. I think it's going to happen because Cedric turns on him and he joins the Hurt Business. That way, you got a nice round 4 people in there. MVP has the U.S. title since he went out and he debuted the new title anyway. So he can actually go out there and put that one on and retire the old one, on top of the fact that it keeps Lashley out of the U.S. title picture, which, like I said, I don't want him in the mid card. So, like I said, I'm going with MVP.
He already retired it.
No, every picture I see of Apollo, he still has the old one.
That's people not updating their editing because when he won it from when he won the match with MVP last time, he said he was giving it to his kid and he hasn't shown back up with it.
Well, that's MVP's belt, so.
So we got Apollo on this one, pretty much.
I got MVP.
You got MVP.
Yeah.
You got MVP too, Jay?
No, I got Apollo.
All right, I got Apollo, but I also have it where at the end of Swerve, I think this is going to be a night full of swerves. So everybody needs to get ready. It's a swerve left and right, which I like, but I dislike because of the fact that there are certain swerves that will not be talked about because you have other swerves that are going to overshadow it.
Paul, can I interrupt you for half a second? Have either one of you noticed that Cameron Grimes looks like a leprechaun and a cowboy all rolled into one?
This is what I'm saying, bro. Like, what is going on?
He has a unique but funny and funky look. You know what I'm saying? He has a unique and funny look.
My bad. Go ahead. Back to your pick.
So the problem I have here is, like I said, there's gonna be a lot of swerves, I believe, during the show, and it's gonna be one of those where some will get lost in the shuffle. Mm-hmm. This one, like we're saying again, Cedric Alexander's gonna turn. At the end of the match, when Apollo wins and he's celebrating, I guess you're gonna have Rico and Cedric and Mali come in, and then you're gonna have Cedric just flip out and just clean house.
Honestly, you know what? I could see them doing a double swerve, and it'd be Ricochet that turns heel. That would actually make it way more interesting.
Or Ali.
I can't see Ali doing it because he just came back and he literally has the golden boy image on him right now because of all the social stuff going on. And the fact that he's a former cop from Chicago.
But see, here's the thing, though. I don't know if anybody's ever seen Rico play a heel.
That's the best part.
So, what the heck?
Is that supposed to be a Scott Steiner?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm looking at. It's like
I
Scott Steiner and Ric Flair had a baby, and it
Why is
came
he
out
always?
black.
He's always doing the most. Like,
he always has, bro. Why are you surprised?
nah, but like sometimes it made sense, but like with the blonde like chin thing that you got going on, like
You got Bronson Reed doing a Bam Bam Bigelow type of look with
oh, he cut his hair. Nope, that's just he got a thing on his head. Never mind.
his do rag.
I don't even know if that's a do rag. That might just be a wave cap.
Is it? I don't know. I couldn't tell from far away. I
That
thought it
looks
was
like a wave
like
cap.
the head. But anyway, back. Okay.
Yeah, I knew he was gonna do the Bam Bam Bigelow. I knew it.
So, all right. So, you're thinking Rico's gonna turn heel?
I think Rico's gonna turn heel. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Benny, you think Cedric Alexander's gonna turn heel?
Yeah,
Yeah. So do I. I mean, it's just I don't know. I think he needs a refresh, and I think the heel turn will actually do it for him. I
Mhm.
don't
I think all of them need a refresh. Oh.
I was about to get mad. I was like, "Is this Damon Priest really gonna hit this man with a rock bottom?"
Yeah.
Listen, Velveteen Dream's whole offense is literally him stealing moves from older
Uh-huh.
wrestlers. I literally forgot for a hot second that this was
Ladder match.
a ladder match. Wait, no, he doesn't have a do-rag on. He literally just permed his hair and slicked it back. I just didn't notice it. And his scrunchie's gone, so now
He
he looks
got a
like Puff Feet
freaking
again.
small ass ladder.
Is that supposed to be a short joke?
Yeah, apparently so.
God. That's so corny. Like, he's not Hornswoggle, even though he does kind of
He's
look like
not.
him.
He's not.
I did say he was a leprechaun though, so
Yeah, he did.
He looks more like a Irish caveman.
Going back to the card. Going back to the card. Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton.
I
Ugh.
hope
Benny, what's your thoughts on this one?
against hope that it's Drew. I hope it's Drew.
What's
I
that?
hope it's Drew, but with all the rumors going around, I'm not going to be surprised with Randy. I'm going to be pissed, but I'm not going to be surprised. But I'm still sticking with Drew.
I am unfortunately going to have to go with Randy Orton. I believe that WWE is firmly behind the idea that they want to give people their championship pop. And considering McIntyre didn't get his championship pop, that they're going to be, doing everything they possibly can to get it. So that would entail him no longer being champion. So I'm thinking to myself that this is one of the swerves that is supposedly or that has been rumored because Ric Flair was quote unquote punted by Randy Orton, but the lights went out before he got punted. So the idea is that Drew McIntyre is going to see Ric Flair come out, think that Ric Flair is a part of, is going to be helping him out, and it's going to be the swerve. He's going to, catch McIntyre with a low blow or something, and that's just going to be the end of it. And Randy's going to hit him with the RKO, and that's going to be the end of the fight. The the one thing that aggravates me about this entire situation is WWE refusing to run what Randy asked them to run, which was a program with somebody from NXT. And now they're forcing a championship on him. To which, granted, he's doing great work. I love Psycho Orton. But come on. Like, if the man said that he wanted to run, a program, if he's wanting to actually put somebody else over in a position, like this, then let him. But they were just
Let
sitting
him
up there
do
just like,
it.
nah, bro. Nah, you gotta go be our WWE champion for the 14th time. So, like I said, I'm going with Orton on this one. I'm not happy about it. I'm gonna be very happy to be wrong if I'm wrong. But like I said, I am going with Orton.
I am going with Orton as well, but it's more for the rumor that they want to put the belt on Edge. there was a rumor they want to put the belt on Edge, and they want to make the third and final match between them a title match.
This is exactly the problem that they have with Brock and Goldberg.
And this is the problem.
And they don't learn from it. It's like, why do you keep doing the same stupid shit that people literally hate? They hate it. Everyone, it's universally not accepted that this keeps happening. And you keep doing it. Like, why? Are you deaf, dumb, or stupid?
All three.
Like, bro, it's so dumb.
They're so worried about the fans that they don't have that they're doing everything they can because of the fact that they have people like, unfortunately, to say people like us that are just going to keep watching. They feel as though they can do whatever the hell they want in order to get the fans that aren't watching to start watching. So, like I said, it's an unfortunate thing, but
what was Damien? Yeah, I mean, and this is the problem that people like Booker don't get is what's the point of others trying to work their ass off and do all this they can like Rusev when they always go back to the same thing. They either give it back to Brock, they give it to Roman, they give it to Seth, or they pull in a old timer like an Edge and they give it to him, or they give it to Orton. The belt has rotated continuously with the same people. The only time it changed was when Kofi won it.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody wants to look back, look at the last champions for the last 2-3 years. It's been the same group of people the whole time. The whole time. Kofi's the only odd name out there that was not like a previous champion.
Kofi and Dean, really.
Oh yeah, I forgot Dean won temporarily. Yeah, he had
when
won
they
it.
first started the brand split. Dean was the champion.
Yeah, but I mean, besides those two, like every other name has like been a rotating name.
What in the hell am I looking at?
Stack them.
This is.
Why is there so much purple in this match? That's what's throwing me off. It's literally the theme is just purple, black, and gray.
Yeah.
Like, homage to the Undertaker much?
They're just late for Extreme Rules, the horror show.
Apparently, especially with that yellow.
All right, so let's go back. Let's go into the. All right, I'm gonna go back to back with this because Asuka's involved in both of them. The women's title matches. She's gonna face off Sasha and then Bailey. Not sure the order. Not even sure if they're gonna be back to back or if they're gonna.
Well, Bailey's gonna be first. Sasha's gonna be second.
Mm-hmm.
But have we heard if they're gonna be back to back or if there's gonna be one like in the beginning and then one later on in the show?
They didn't say.
They kind of insinuated that it would be a back-to-back situation. That's why they kind of, for me anyway, it seems like that's why they did the whole beat the clock thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that they can kind of, give you a glimpse into what it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And the way some of the commentary went, it makes it seem like it's going to be back-to-back.
Okay. So, it's going to be interesting. Asuka come out with both titles. I doubt they do it. But for sake of driving a bigger wedge in them, she wins one of the belts. The question is which one. And I will say she beats Sasha. And that causes a rift because Bailey would rather keep her belt and beat Becky those straps than Sasha to have two belts as well. So I'm leaning with Asuka beating Sasha, but losing to Bailey. Benny, what are your thoughts?
All right. I'm going to tell you what I want to happen and then what I think will happen. What I want to happen is for Asuka to actually beat Bailey and then lose to Sasha. Reason being, because they have it set up so that Bailey's first, right? So here's the thing: if Asuka messes around and loses to Bailey, and then goes on and beats Sasha, how does that look for the Raw Women's Championship plus Sasha? unless you have shenanigans involved in it, being Bailey trying to help Sasha out and ended up screwing her over. That's the only way that would go over well.
That's what I mean.
The other thing is they're sitting up here and they've been planting seeds for this rift between the two of them, leading to this feud for the longest. And the only way, the way that this makes the most sense is if Bailey stays the heel, because I don't think you're just going to have a heel feud. Now Sasha could be a tweener, but Bailey is honestly, as this golden role model, Bailey, too damn good to try and turn face again. Besides, Bailey's face character is the hugger. And you're not going to go from the golden role model to the hugger. That just doesn't happen. So, what I want to happen, Bailey drops the title to Asuka, goes on and tries to face Sasha, or Asuka goes on and tries to face Sasha, she loses. Bailey is upset that she couldn't hold on to her title, blames Sasha for it. The two of them end up losing the tag titles, and then they feud over the Raw Women's Championship. Now, again, that's what I want to happen. That is not going to happen. Bailey is going to beat Asuka. Probably gonna with help from Sasha, and then she's gonna turn around and quote unquote inadvertently cost Sasha her championship.
Oh, definitely.
Reason being, because of the fact that you already have a preset feud for the Raw Women's Championship between Asuka and Shayna Baszler when Shayna finally kills Nia Jax. So that's basically just how this mess is going to end up going. Sasha's losing her title. I'm tired of the BS where that she can't defend the championship ever. But they're going to sit up here and they're going to have the two of them feud over the SmackDown Women's Championship rather than over the Raw. So, like I said, that's how that mess is going to end up going. Hopefully, it ends up going well because, like I said, we've been trying to do this feud since, 2017?
Yeah.
It's just...
I actually agree with Benny's want, and that's my pick of what's going to happen. I think that Bailey loses and that Sasha keeps it. Because, again, it keeps Bailey heel. It's the biggest thing. Keeps Bailey heel. And Bailey's had the longest reign already. She's had the reign.
Yeah.
So getting it off of her does nothing.
Oh, no way. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Please tell me he's gonna double stomp her.
Sorry, fellas. We're watching Takeover 30 at the same time.
What is she doing?
Cameron Grimes getting slapped.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay, yo, she smacked the sweat off him. Hurricane Rana?
I'm sorry. Is there some reason why when female wrestlers... Wow, did she just get destroyed like that for real?
No, she didn't.
No. Is Johnny really going to? No. Say it ain't so.
Oh, you're ahead of me. You're ahead of me.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
About their time. Jeez.
Come on. He's wasting time. He's not winning.
What did I tell you?
He's wasting time.
Yeah.
He's not going to win.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you?
No.
I told you he's going to be in the final shot. Oh, that's stupid. Oh.
What? Oh. No, I don't want to see any leprechauns in the ring right now.
What?
Oh, snap. Snap. No! Wait till he see this one. Yo,
he's going to kill Johnny.
Yo.
He just killed Johnny.
Oh.
He just killed Johnny.
Oh, my goodness.
Candace is dead.
Yes.
Candace is dead. Candice might be dead.
Both of them are dead.
Both of them are dead. Both of them are dead.
Have been put to best.
Yeah, no. And then he lays on top of her. That's so dramatic. She's like, "Get off me! I can't breathe. You're fat." Those Ohio potatoes, too much.
I knew I shouldn't have cooked them steak last night.
Even though Bronson looks like he's about to take the Omega dump right now. Oh, don't tell me. If they give it to this guy, Cameron Grimes, I'm going to be very upset.
Where were we?
We're on the Sasha Bailey.
Okay.
Yeah, you were. Jaquan was saying this.
I think we agreed on it, Benny, and I think Jaquan's on the opposite side.
Yeah, I'm on the opposite end of it.
They're making Cameron Grimes look like an idiot.
That's because his character is him being an idiot. Double stomp? No.
No.
I also think that they're going to end up relinquishing the tag team titles. Like, they're not going to lose it. They're going to relinquish it. No way. No way.
Wow.
No.
Yes.
What I think is going to happen is they're gonna feud, and the rift is going to start with the loss of losing the belts. And like me and Benny agreed.
That we all agree on that.
Oh. Ooh.
And the title belt is going to be the last straw. Whoever takes the pinfall, the other one's going to blame for losing the tag titles.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day,
I still think they'll end up being in a feud before then, and they'll just end up relinquishing the tag titles.
You think so?
Because at that point, you can kind of ghost the tag titles for a little while if that's the case. Because literally, there's no one to compete for the tag titles right now outside of the Iconics. And Peyton Royce has to basically put weight back on because she just did that strongman competition or the bikini competition. And you can't wrestle in that shape.
In the spray tan competition?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't wrestle in that.
Listen, more power to it, but she was a different color. That was weird.
Listen, I'm not even going to get into that. But, like, imitation is the best form of flattery, is all I'm going to say.
I'll say this. It's interesting to see what they do with this. My man, get that belt. Let's go. Oh, come on.
Why he did the Keith Lee? He did the Keith Lee right quick.
Come on.
You're killing me.
Dirty, thanks for playing.
Don't choke. He's not going to choke slam Bronson. Stop it. He's not choke slamming Bronson Reed.
Thank you for coming, Bronson.
He's not going to choke slam no Bronson Reed.
All right.
Stop it.
No more. I guess that Damian Priest isn't winning now.
He 1 foot. That wasn't even a stomp. That was like a side kick.
God. He almost missed.
He did miss. He literally heel grazed him.
Damian Priest moved out the way and forgot that he wasn't supposed to dodge.
That's like a 2K glitch reversal. I know you didn't hit me with that. I know for a fact you didn't hit me with it. You're lying. Oh! Shut up.
Oh! Yeah.
Let's go, Bronson. Get up, sir. Get up, big boy. Come on, big fella.
Golly.
Big fella, come on.
This is why I love watching NXT's takeovers.
I'm telling you, bro. Johnny's so good, bro.
Gargano went.
Johnny is so good.
From the ladder to
he actually made them miss the ladder.
Yeah.
Wow.
His arm might sting a little bit, but I mean, his neck won't hurt. So that's a plus.
Yeah. So going on to the last match.
Yeah.
Which we know is going to be a pre-recorded match. Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt. And we already see shades of Alexa Bliss probably turning and becoming Sister Abigail. I doubt that's gonna happen because again, this is like a night of swerves, I believe. And I think it's gonna be Nikki Cross that's gonna come out as Abigail.
I think you're overestimating these swerves. I think now you're over swerving. Not every match have a swerve.
No. Oh, I thought he was gonna go through the ladder with that one.
I was hoping he did.
I
Oh
keep
my
getting
gosh,
bait
I want
behind
somebody
me.
to break that ladder.
I keep getting you guys are behind me. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, this guy's just climbing the ladder. What? I'm like, oh, you guys are behind
Shut
me.
up.
I'm just saying this guy. I'm not telling you who it is.
I'm looking at somebody climb a ladder. That's why I said
Yep.
shut up.
Whoa, that was a bad fall. I hope he's all right.
Oh. 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 Dream is dead. Dream is dead.
That's what I'm saying.
Dream died. Dream just died.
Oh,
Dream just died.
I think he's, yeah.
Rest in peace to Dream. Okay, you can write him off for another 6 months now. He's done. He's gone.
God.
He's gone.
Where did he land?
Oh my.
there's
There's like
a
a
crash
second
pad
table
back
out
there.
there. He fell through a table and they
Yeah,
hit concrete.
there's a crash pad over there.
He looked like Jazzy Jeff in every episode of freaking Fresh Prince.
Can't put that at Uncle Phil's house.
Yep. Oh, that's literally what he looked like.
Oh,
Oh, come on.
No.
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 No. No. Come on. That's cheeks. That's cheeks.
Woo. Oh, come on. Are you serious? That was some bullshit. Wow.
Really? That's what we're doing? That's what we're doing? That's what we're doing? Yes.
Really?
He's come on. Stop making this guy the Undertaker, please. Can we stop making him the Undertaker?
What are we doing here?
They're doing the same thing that they did with the New Day and thing.
Oh!
Wow.
Oh!
Wow.
I got that pick.
Wow.
there we go.
We got. I think
Okay.
you picked them too, right, Benny?
Okay.
Oh, we all got it.
I liked it.
We all
Okay.
got it.
I can deal with this finish. This
Wait,
is a good finish.
Oh no, that's right. We could have
Yeah,
been
Jaquan changed his pick.
changed from
Change the
Bronson
pick
to-
last second. Change the pick last second. I'm not dumb.
Oh,
All
man.
right, so in the midst of all this, congratulations to Damian Priest, new North American champion on
Bro,
NXT.
why is his hairline the same as Baron Corbin's?
Wow. Wait,
Sorry,
which
I just
Corbin?
noticed
The actual Baron Corbin or Zubac?
No, Baron Corbin.
His forehead's like here, but it doesn't stop all the way to like back here.
Yeah,
somewhere.
like his hairline
Yeah,
start
no.
back here. I'm like, oh god, he gonna have to turn bald again. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, next again. Oh my gosh, he's gonna have to become bald next.
Go back to the main card. Braun Strowman,
Okay.
Bray Wyatt.
Great match though. Great match.
It was.
They had some really good spots. I liked it.
Yeah. Again, I think Dream is dead as well too.
Yeah, Dream might be gone for
Yeah.
another long while.
I think that's probably why they put him on here.
Yeah, I think they put him on here just so like he gets a little bit of heat and then boom, he's gone. Which I'm okay with. Until everything gets settled, I'm okay with that.
He only kicked him once. That's crap. That's all right though.
He's got strong kicks, sir. He's got strong kicks.
That's all right. It's about time Damian Priest actually got some type of a push. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, going back to the main card. So, as far as I'm concerned, all right, there was some thought in the community that what was going to end up happening was Alexa was going to swerve the Fiend and be like, yeah, me and Braun planned this out all along, la, 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 la. The
I
thing
can
is,
see it.
if WWE and y'all get your pins and Jaquan your plastic knife ready. If WWE decided that they wanted to stick to some type of continuity, the
What is that?
Fiend changes people when he attacks them. So Alexa should have been changed. Anyway, before that mess happens, when y'all said that was what happened with the yesterday with Alexa Bliss, I was hot. I was like, why are they doing this right now? Because you could have gone out there and you could have had the regular swerve with Alexa. She goes out there, she's still trying to, trying to like plead with Braun to say like, listen, we're still friends and all this other stuff. I know it's just this the Fiend is just getting to you and all this other stuff, and then she could turn on him. But now they've thrown this thing out there with her actually maybe sort of becoming Sister Abigail after all of this time. Now it's just like, I'm like, y'all like pulling the trigger way too quick on everything, don't you? So anyway, I'm just gonna go with the Fiend because logic states that if you want the Fiend to actually be any kind of relevant whatsoever, and his mystique to be any kind of important, you can't keep beating him, especially after he lost the title to Goldberg and then just got back up like it was nothing. So I got to go with the Fiend on this one. I was hoping it was a regular match though.
Okay.
Because of the type of match it is, I'm actually going to say it's going to be a non-finish.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a no finish.
What, they're going to drown each other again?
I don't know what they're going to do, but there's going to be no finish. Because I think it's a false count. I think it's a false count anywhere match or a street fight, one of the two. It's not a regular match, though.
I think it's false count anywhere.
So, I 100% think.
Yeah, it's false count anywhere.
I think it may. I actually no. I'm gonna go with Braun, honestly, but I think the finish is gonna be funky, and I think that both Alexa and Nikki are gonna be involved somehow. Mm-hmm. How, I don't really know, because you can go any number of ways with it. Where, again, Nikki could be Sister Abigail, but Alexa could be something else. Could be something else completely, because she has been touched by the Fiend. So she's going to be different. The one person who hasn't been touched yet was Nikki. Now, who's to say Nikki doesn't try to stop Alexa and get caught in the crossfire? Mm-hmm. And then you hear him, and then they pull the trigger on Nikki Cross being Sister Abigail. And Alexa just gets a completely new Scarlet to Karrion Kross kind of transition when it comes to Braun, and they actually put them two together.
I don't know, because she might just be like everybody else, and it might be a way to turn her heel.
But that's what I'm saying. And
I don't think
you can completely do a character. Like I said, it doesn't have to be Abigail. Right. But you can do something different where she's not Alexa Bliss. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like she could be something else. She already started with the black leather and the always wearing all black. And notice like her attire starts to change. Where when she wrestles in full pants. She wears leather. She always has a black jacket, which is completely contradictory to the Alexa Bliss character, where it was like the Harley Quinn, Poison Pixie, bad Disney character thing. Like that's almost gone at this point, and it's a lot more
darker,
focused and dark and refined. So they could have been changing her this whole time, and the Fiend is just the trigger. Do I think she's Abigail? I think it's a possibility, but I don't think that they'll pull the trigger on that. And I think that you're right. There may be a swerve where it's Nikki Cross, because again, Nikki Cross can go back to being crazy at any point. Like Nikki Cross has been wearing makeup and has like, oh, Alexa's my best friend. If Alexa turns on Nikki, Nikki snaps. Mm-hmm. So I think there are two different storylines going on in this match right now, or at least 4 storylines involving 4 different people.
Yeah.
But I think ultimately Braun wins, but it's going to be a dusty finish.
Yeah. I agree. You can't. It's either one of 2 ways. Either the Fiend wins, DQ or whatever it is, because it doesn't say no DQ. It just says false count anywhere. Either the Fiend wins or Braun wins in a dusty finish, because you have to keep the Fiend looking strong. You can't have the same crap that happened in Hell in a Cell with Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
You can't. You rebuilding him again, and you're doing all this, and for what? To have him lose by pinfall to Braun? You know, like I get it. Braun's monster, but the Fiend's supposed to be like kind of like the Undertaker. You know, you have to protect that character. You can't have him losing so much at all. Undertaker didn't lose that much, and if he did lose, he lost by shenanigans or something else. So I think Braun wins this, but I think there's going to be something going on that causes him to win, not cleanly though. So yeah, like I said, there's going to be swerves in here, and like I said, Nikki's going to end up being Abigail. Alexa will not, even though we got that little scene of her in the last match, but I think that's just a little smoke to cloud what's coming in reality. So it's going to be a fun night, I think, with swerves and what they can do. But let's see what they actually end up doing. It's one thing what we hope that they do, and we see all the possibilities they have with this. It's another thing of what they actually come out with. And at the end of the night, they might be.
Paul freeze.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He got sucked into carrying across his TikTok vortex.
We're gonna watch this takeover right now. McAfee and Adam Cole, baby.
We hear your voice.
We can hear you, but
you're
stuck in the void.
I just froze.
I don't know. Anyway, so we pretty much got all of our picks and everything set in now, unless there was something that I was missing.
Nope.
What I am